welcome to this week's edition of the Ramblin' Runnels podcast, hosted by Jesse Runnels. This week, my wife will be on the podcast, Jillian Winters. She was on 2 episodes ago, and it was a big hit among everybody I talked to who listened to the podcast. Also, if anyone wants to, hit up me for any topics that you want me to talk about on the podcast, you can reach me at ramblinrunnels@gmail.com. RABLIN Runnels RUNNELS @gmail.com. And you could follow me on Instagram at jesse.runnels and find me on Facebook, Jesse Ammon Runnels, for any social media. If you're trying to hit me up that way, contact me that way. But, that's the surefire hotline to reach, or way to reach, is the Gmail, ramblinrunnels@gmail.com. So if you want to hit me up for any topics that you want me to talk about specifically, it'll be a big help for the podcast and to have this thing grow. This week, I'm going to talk about some current events, like what's going on, like out there in the world right now. I want to talk about the Jussie Smollett investigation, and then I'm going to talk about the Oscars, and then I'm going to delve into, the Patriots owner and what happened today with him, and, but before all that, I'm going to have my wife come on and interview her for a bit and talk to her and, get a little bio about my wife, because, she was on it, but we didn't really get to you guys. I mean, most of my listeners are friends, but, there might be some strangers out there, and, they are, they should know the information about her as well, at least the basic. Okay, my wife's here now, so I'm gonna, interview her. Hi, Jill. Say hi. So let's get to know Jill. The audience deserves to know a little bit more about you. Let's talk about, like your background, where you're from, and all that.
Okay, so I'm from St. Louis. Well, the St. Louis area. I'm from the Illinois side. And what else do you want? You're going to have to edit so much of this.
Jeez. More about you. You're from St. Louis area.
Okay, we're going to edit all this out. I'm going to start over. Okay. Well, I'm from the St. Louis area, the Illinois side. I grew up with my mom, Rhea, and my dad, Daniel, and my brother, David. We were a cat family. That's probably where it all started, all this crazy cat lady stuff. And lived there until I graduated high school. I went to college in New Orleans at Tulane. And obviously that's why I'm back in Louisiana. I just couldn't get enough New Orleans. I did 3 service terms of AmeriCorps after I graduated college, and then began my career in public service, and moved down to Louisiana for this job that I have now. And that's how I met Jesse.
Okay. Do you, what sort of things do you like? Besides, what do you like? I'm trying to interview.
I know. So. Cats. I like cats.
Yeah.
I like Lisa Frank.
Yeah.
I like being outside.
Yeah. That's good. How do you feel about me being an inside person? How does that affect you?
It's a little frustrating sometimes when I'm trying to do things and go outside and have fun, and the person who's supposed to be my built-in partner for fun just wants to stay inside and play video games. Good thing I'm social, right?
Yeah. That's... You're able to adapt and overcome. That's a good thing.
No, such trials and tribulations I have to overcome.
Yeah. So, what are you doing today? What's going on? What's Jill doing today? This afternoon?
You didn't write down any of these questions, did you?
No. Coming up with this stuff.
So it's actually Mardi Gras season, which is amazing here in Louisiana. Mardi Gras is my all-time #1 favorite holiday. So I'm going to the Crew of Artemis here in Baton Rouge with some friends. And Crew of Artemis is one of my favorites here in Baton Rouge, which is obviously nothing compared to New Orleans, but it can be fun. It's a little less stressful. But anyways, Crew of Artemis is the all-women's crew, and obviously as a huge feminist, I love everything that's just women. Not that I don't like men, but I don't. Oh. So I'm excited to go to Crew of Artemis. Jesse's not going, obviously. He absolutely hates Mardi Gras.
Let it be known, world. Mardi Gras is not all it's what it's cracked up to be.
So, fun story. When Jesse and I first met, our first few years of dating, we would go down to Mardi Gras, obviously because I would insist that we would go to New Orleans for Mardi Gras, and Jesse had to go with me. He was working on locking this down, so that was part of the deal. And almost every year for 2 or 3 years, we got into huge fights at Mardi Gras, like almost broke up. An hour and a half home or drive home in silence, that kind of angry, just really, really horrible for our relationship. And the thing that saved it is one year I decided that if we're going to do Mardi Gras, I bought us folding chairs so that we would have a place to sit. And ever since then, Jesse and I have wonderful Mardi Gras together. We never fight, we never complain, because Jesse has a place to sit. So thank you, folding chairs, for making this marriage possible.
Yeah, but still, I don't really want to go to any parades.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you had to,
yeah,
at least you would have a place to sit. And you don't have to this year because Nicole's coming down.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah.
What are we doing this weekend?
Going to Dauphin Island to see my parents.
Yeah.
Yay.
I personally think Dauphin Island is just like a secluded cult. They're on the coast of Alabama, but it's a little strange. But
nobody lives there.
It's
How is it cold?
Whatever. It's weird. Got weird shanties going on, but awesome. They also have some nice real estate down there, but it's pretty and cozy down there. Nice and isolated for a nice cult.
You're so weird.
But
it's like 4 people that live there.
Yeah.
It's more a family than a cult.
Yeah, or, a family that's also a cult that can exist.
Yeah, I guess that's usually how it goes, huh?
Yeah.
All the wives.
Get the nice
cheering.
The nice punch bowls and, get the strychnine and get to mix them.
Oh my gosh.
But it should be fun. Nothing weird happened last year when I went there, so should be a good time. It's a nice defrost for my in-laws from St. Louis because it's awfully cold up there. So they come down here to defrost.
Yeah, it's really nice that my parents, they go there for like 2 or 3 weeks and we kind of get to freeload off them as a little mini vacay. It's only 2 hours away, 2.5, 3.
Yeah, it's not a bad drive.
Yeah.
Just as you get in Alabama from, going east from Louisiana, it's like not even all the way to Mobile, so it's like right in Alabama as soon as you get in almost. Mm-hmm. It's not a bad drive at all.
Mm-hmm.
You got to drive through. If you watch Forrest Gump, when you go to Dauphin Island, you drive through Bubba's hometown of Bayou La Batre.
I think the author lives there.
Oh, is that right?
I don't know. Nicole and I drove by where he lives one time, but I thought it was on the way to Dauphin, but it could have been on the way to Gulf Shores. I don't know. There's a lot of Alabama. It's hard to keep up with. But it's outside of Mobile, one way or the other.
And being from Louisiana, the only thing Alabama has as a state is Alabama football. So, they also got the coast. We'll say that.
Why are we talking about football?
All right, sorry. Well, what about after the weekend? What's going on?
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras forever for Jill. She could just be in if that's Jill's purgatory, it's in a Mardi Gras parade.
You mean my heaven?
Oh, that's. I mean, I guess that's the way you see it. That's not the way I see it.
Yeah. So we obviously won't be together.
Oh,
Asher's gone for the weekend.
Oh yeah, Blind Dog is. I mean, we won't be here anyways, but the lady that runs the organization came and took him, and It's nice of her for the weekend.
But we might not get him back as soon as we get home. Like, we get home Sunday night, and I don't know when we'll get him back.
Oh. Yeah. We won't get him Monday?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe not.
I don't think she comes into town on Mondays.
Yeah, that's fair.
I guess the cats will be happy.
We could go get him.
No, I don't think she wants us to go to Plaquemine. I don't want to go to Plaquemine.
Yeah. Who does?
I don't want to ride with Asher for 30 minutes.
Yeah, that would suck.
Asher freaks out in the car. In case you don't remember from last time I was on, when we talked about going to the Kissy booth and how Jesse had to calm him down.
Oh, yeah, he did freak out an awful lot.
Yeah, we had to turn around at first.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Mm-hmm.
So you think this parade will be good, Jill? You're going to have a good time?
I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to try having a little indulgence into some adult spirits.
Oh, yeah, that's
Since
right.
my first time since my gallbladder. So we'll see if my body allows this or not.
Okay.
A little testing.
Yeah.
Just in time for the Bachelorette I go to in a few weeks.
Yeah. Well, before Jill might be leaving here pretty soon, like 8 minutes or so.
He's kicking me out.
Our friend's coming, but before all that, at least one current event to get in, Jill. The Oscars are Sunday.
Yeah.
And for Best Picture, we saw the same movie together, Black Klansman.
Okay, let me clarify. We did not see this movie together. We rented it from Redbox. I watched it. Jesse fell asleep 20 minutes in, per usual. And then I told Jesse how good it was, so he watched it the next day without me, because I had just watched it. He fell asleep at the end, but I think he saw most of it.
It was a great movie.
It was great. It was amazing.
The guy who plays Kylo Ren from the new trilogy of Star Wars plays the supporting actor in the movie, and he's up for Best Supporting Actor as
I didn't
well.
know that.
Adam Driver. Is that's his name, I want to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's up for the that award as well. And I feel, and for director, Spike Lee's nominated,
Mm-hmm.
so that's basically all I was going to say about the Oscars as far as my stake in the award show.
You don't care about Black Panther? That got nominated.
It's a good movie. It's like a good Marvel movie. It was great, but I feel that Black Klansman had a better message, and it was just a better story overall, in my opinion.
Well, it's real life as opposed to a superhero. But Black Panther did involve cats, which is nice. And I did think that Black Panther had a very good message about, different ways that you can view oppression and responding to oppression.
That's fair. It was a good movie, good acting. I like Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, I was kind of on Michael B. Jordan's team.
I like Chadwick Boseman as well.
Is he the main guy?
Yeah. I'm not sure. Did he play 43? The movie with Jackie Robinson? Was he the actor in that one?
I don't know. I didn't see that one.
Oh.
But I like all the women in Black Panther.
Yeah, it was a good movie. The Michonne lady from The Walking Dead's in it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good movie as well. I think, this is a good Spike Lee movie. I usually like Spike Lee movies.
Wait, what?
I like Spike Lee movies. That's why I like Black Klansman.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Black Panther was a Spike Lee movie.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Absolutely not.
Wow, we're really rambling.
Hey, it's the Rambling Ronald's podcast, We take a topic and we just go all over the place.
Yeah, that's true. Did you see any of the other Best Picture nominations?
No, it was a lot of... It was kind of obscure stuff.
Well, not obscure.
Oh, Vice was on there.
Yeah, and Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody's Best Picture as well.
I guess we just never go to the movies.
Yeah, this year we've been not really paying attention to the outside world an awful lot.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that movie's great, Bohemian Rhapsody. Vice is... You'll be surprised that was Christian Bale who played Dick Cheney.
I thought it was the dad from Malcolm in the Middle.
Christian Bale.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. It's crazy, isn't it?
I don't like Christian Bale.
Why?
Because he, like, beat his mom. And I don't like him as Batman.
He really beat his mom in real life?
Yes.
Like when he was a kid or something?
No. Like, in between Batman movies. He got arrested for domestic violence.
Shit.
Yeah, he's not a good person.
That's surprising.
And I also just don't like his Batman voice. It's stupid.
Tomato.
Whatevs.
I like...
Oh, you know what else is big that started this week? Survivor started.
Oh.
Yeah?
But, you know...
You asked what I like. I like Cats and I like Survivor.
Oh, that's right. Jill's a big Survivor fan.
I'm gonna get on Survivor.
Oh, before I was able to say that she wants to be on Survivor, she said she's going to go on that.
Yeah, I don't want to be on. I will be on.
Sure.
CBS better recognize.
Jill tried to apply several times on Survivor, but you're only allowed one application video.
And you know what I did? I had a better application video than the first one I submitted. And I went to submit it, and they were like, we already have one under that email address. So I submitted it under my Cat's email address because I think outside the box, and I'm willing to do what needs to get done in order to win. Just proof that I'm going to be either the first one voted out at Survivor or decent at it.
Yeah. What about what show comes on CBS before Survivor? Usually.
Family Feud?
Who?
Don't spoil that. That's a different episode. Shh.
What?
It's for next week. Shh.
So next week, February 25th, our friend's going to be on Family Feud.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it on the next podcast, though.
I thought about this one.
No, Deborah said she'd be a guest on the podcast.
Alright. Okay, never mind. I was going to give her the shout out today.
Okay, give her the shout out.
What are you talking about?
She said she'd be a guest.
Yeah, we'll talk about this later. But
give her a shout out, and then she can be a special guest next week.
I guess she can. We can call her or something.
Yes.
I don't know how that's going to sound.
Well, we'll figure it out.
But I guess Deborah will be on the next week's podcast some way.
And she'll be on Family Feud on, what was it, Wednesday?
I think it was February 25th, so, right?
Yes.
23. No, it's Monday.
Monday!
Yeah. So, I guess Monday evening, 6 o'clock Central, I want to say.
Yeah, so Deborah's one of my oldest friends, and she was one of our bridesmaids, and she's really tall, so you'll be able to see her on Family Feud, no matter, even though I think probably everyone in her family is super tall, so it doesn't mean much.
She's at least 5'11".
I think she is 5'11".
Yeah, so for sure. And yeah, it's crazy that somebody we know is about to be on Family Feud.
Yes, it's like my fave.
Didn't your brother try to be on The Price is Right at least once?
Well, he went as an audience member, so they call from the audience. I mean,
right.
He didn't audition or anything.
Right.
Yeah, he went to filming.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Would have been cool.
Yeah. It was Drew Carey, I imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
We grew up watching Price is Right, though, with Bob Barker. My mom would say that we couldn't turn on the TV till 3 p.m., even though we were done with our homeschooling at like noon, because it only took us like 5 minutes to homeschool. But whenever she would leave and do chores and stuff. Oh, sorry. Whenever.
Not that close.
I can't do anything right.
There you go.
Okay. So, anyways, we would sneak a lot of Price is Right, is the point of that story, before Jesse started bossing me around.
Sorry. It's just we have one mic, and we gotta have good sound quality.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to go get ready for Mardi Gras.
Okay, Jill, so this is the end of Jill's interview on this week's episode of the Ramblin' Reynolds podcast.
That was the longest interview ever.
Yeah, did you enjoy it? You have a good time here? Thanks for coming by, even though this is your own home, but coming by the studio,
The guest
we
room.
appreciated your time here. It was a good spot you had,
You can't say that. You haven't even listened to it yet.
It's Yeah, I heard the conversation. I was here too. I witnessed it.
Okay.
Just as well.
Do you want me to just leave while you record?
It's fine. Yeah, I'll stop and re-record.
Bye, audience. Bye.
Okay, so Jill's gone. I hope you guys enjoyed Jill's interview, but the rest of the podcast I'll touch on the Jussie Smollett investigation. This is a crazy ordeal going on out there in Chicago that he hired these two Nigerian brothers to, who's to say, but apparently he was robbed at 2 a.m. for a Subway sandwich and was doused with bleach, and a noose was wrapped around his neck, and that's how he was found by the police once he decided to press charges on these, I guess it was these two people or whomever. And now weeks later, after all of this, they're finding out that there's a good chance that this was fraud and that he hired these people for $3,500. And all of this is crazy. I just want to say that people have been pronouncing his name just like mine, Jesse, but I don't claim him as a Jesse. To me, you have to, be either just Jesse or Jesse. He's not even though his name the vernacular or how you pronounce it might be Jesse, I don't claim him as a Jesse. So there's that. Let's get that out of the way. Move on. But honestly, giving all the, the facts about this case, and when he did get arrested for this, and he's out on bond for $100,000 bond. This might be dicey for old Jussie. He might this might end his career. I think he hired those two men to do all this, and it's not good for old Jussie Smollett. The cards are stacked against him. I think that's about all I know about that case, and I think it's not going to go well for him. And then also what happened today was Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, was arrested for solicitation of prostitution in a massage parlor in Florida. I think they said it was Jupiter, Florida. I'm not really sure where that is. It's probably South Florida somewhere. I don't know if you guys knew, I used to live in Jacksonville, Florida years ago. I lived there 6 years ago, just about 2013. So, I like Jacksonville, but, either way, it's kind of a random fact. But anyway, this is crazy about Robert Kraft, because it's ironic that you won the Super Bowl and you celebrate by hiring a hooker. It's a weird celebration to have, I guess. I guess rich people have, different culture characteristics, I suppose. But, I think that this guy, I'm glad that if it's going to happen to any owner, I'm glad it happened to him, because I don't really care for the Patriots, and I'm glad that, it's any slight to the Patriots is fine by me. And this is just God saying, bad karma for not letting the Saints go on the Super Bowl. The guy gets, arrested for soliciting a prostitute. I watched the video for at least a couple seconds of it, and it was the police guy saying about what happened and how these people are going to get summons in the county where it happened. And I don't know what that was about, but anyways, he didn't say how much he paid, so he could have paid a pretty penny for however much money, because he actually paid for the act of, prostitution. I think this week I've covered everything I wanted to cover so far. You guys can find me on Spotify. The podcast is on iTunes. It's on Google Play and SoundCloud. And if you use any other apps in the Google Play Store, you can find me, I'm sure. But yeah, I've covered all the major platforms to host my podcast, or, at least play it. So it's on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play at Ramblin' Runnels, RAMBLIN_Runnels. You could find me there. I have the meme font Ramblin' Runnels on the picture for the podcast. So please, you guys go out there and listen. And also, like I said in the beginning of the podcast, you can submit topics to ramblinrunnels@gmail.com. RAMBLIN Runnels RUNNELS@gmail.com. So you guys hit me up for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Ramblin' Runnels podcast. See you guys later.